As promised, here is part 2 of our progress so far and a short story of what we have left to do. We're going to start with the dining. Here is a clip taken on the day our Tiki was pulled out of the water. This shows the existing table configuration and the existing available storage within the seats. Here we have the original icebox, which is fairly handy except for when you want to sit at the dining table, which involves some commando crawling. As you can see, all of the wiring and speaker systems are still intact. I've since removed all of this and will eventually install new wiring and equipment. The clip shows the condition that the hull is in and what we started with before I made the modifications for comfort and lifestyle.
The fridge has been removed that used to be in between the seats. Seats been extended, extra access, and I'll show you in another video. I'll be boxing these in so that we can sit in there more comfortably. With the icebox removed, the purpose of that was to free us up with some room to come through so we could walk through instead of having to climb over. In that process, there was more sheeting running down the side. I've removed it all, as you can see, and then I've created these as a box section that has gone in one piece, and then it's been epoxy coved in from the inside and down onto the stringer step down here where the other hull is. So it's effectively a complete beam, which makes it very strong. That allows us to get foot room under here for my long legs, so it's about making this more accommodating for my height. The Wharrams are great for that. You're only working in the galley. Everywhere else you're sitting down, so it's not too much of a problem, but when you are sitting down, there's leg room. As we came through, this table already existed. Didn't sit on this stand. There's another arrangement for it because the icebox was here. And I've stepped it back for two reasons. One is to have access to the water tank, and one is allows my knees to sit under easy. So that's easy for me. If we've got kids or people of shorter stature, the raised platform for the remainder of it gives them a comfortable sitting height. Bear in mind that we've still got cushions to go on these. So that's the reason for that. This raised platform slides out and becomes part of the double bed base. So it fits into there. And this drops down into here. I've fitted a ventilation hatch, which will yet to be completed, but that's going to give us our airflow into that, and I feel that now even stuck under this dome, so that's going to be awesome. That will have the hurricane vent positioned in it, and so that'll provide the ventilation in this area. Everything throughout the whole boat, I'll probably repeat myself a few times, will be 2-pack epoxy white. That's just to give it a bit more hard wearing surface. This is 20 years old, it's fared well. It's time to protect the existing epoxy that's in here, so that it lasts more than another 20. All the port lights, all the bolt holes have been removed and the holes plugged up so that we can do a direct stick arrangement with a 3M glazing tape and glazing silicone when the time comes on the outside. I've put extra coating in here. This is purely for looks. I want it, apart from the stringers under here, I like to see codes on everything, especially when it paints up. It'll look a lot better. Everything's got a corner, easier to clean, wipe down. With the building of these boxes, The depth is worked out. I can just wedge batteries in there if I want, or single leaf if I go to lithium. I can build a battery. That's an option. This is just a mock-up just to see if it fits, which it does. And the original port light, that opening port light that was in here, I've removed. I've filled glass on the outside, it's all fed, and I'm just having that as a port light, fixed only, same as the outside of the hull. As we'll have plenty of ventilation from forward, and as everyone knows, when you see outside on the Tiki 38s, there's always a problem around those windows in terms of trying to cram a port light in there, opening port light. So that's that. Do I need to show all this?
If you want to.
For those that haven't seen on other videos, this all comes apart.
So now we're at the point where this is my domain, which is the upholstery and the sewing. So the plans are to design a mattress set up with the chair cushioning that we can somehow very easily slide down flat. So we've spoken about having a backing that's permanent and then sliding down the rest of the cushions, or having an entire section that sort of is joined but slides down easily, and of course the two centre ones won't join. That's what we're thinking of. Have a nice dense cushioning so it can be slept on comfortably. And Guy has made this section longer. We have a lot of friends that are very tall, and that means that we can accommodate those people comfortably, because it's nice to have your friends comfortable when they're staying with you.
Here is a quick look at the galley prior to strip out. This gives a good look at the shelving configuration prior, and you can see the different sizings in the shelves and edging. The oven has since been permanently removed. We will not be using any gas products within the hulls of the boat due to safety concerns. Now let's have a look at the changes that we've made so far.
Stove is all out, sink's all out at the moment. Going back into this cavity there will be a fridge freezer. I've got to epoxy some panels in. Okay, we'll go through the galley as we're up to now. I've extended this out. This was a white laminate top, and I've extended it out and then re-laminated. Probably if I had time again, I'd just go with a complete new board, but I do these weird and wonderful wacky things, so I've extended this out mainly because it's wasted space if it's back here. You can't stand any closer because of the hull, so maximises the bench space, and it's in a seaway. You're still got a good rest hold. I've extended this shelf out to bring it out here. Done a couple other modifications from what was originally here, and I've evened up the shelving fronts. My pet hate is different height, so I've now got these all the same all over the boat, or every hull. We'll leave all these all look great. We'll paint, once it's all painted white, she'll look good. Including all the ports that we've fixed up. We've removed the access port to the gas locker in the back. I'll explain that on another video, but when we do the gas locker. But we don't need it. We removed the gas oven that was here, and we're going to be going induction cooktops, electric, with the lithium and solar power, and the amount that we'll use it in here, we'll just have electric cooktops, little portable ones that we can just put on the counter, cook what we want to cook, and then just put it away wherever it is that we're going to store it. Anything gas, cooking up the groper or the bull chins or the snappers or whatever we cook. We're going to cook them on the barbie, which will be hanging off the back deck there, and that'll be gas, and the gas bottle will be external. Talk about that another time. Cleaned up all this space. That's where the stainless steel was for the old cooker that was there, and we've converted this into the spot where the icebox goes. We have an Evercool 60 in here. If I want to at a later stage, this area can be boxed back in to an inbuilt fridge, and I reckon I can get about an 85 litre fridge in there with a separate compressor. Whereas at the moment the Evercool has the compressor off to the side, which is in that location, so the fridge opens up. This protects the compressor, so there's no water runoff into our single sink. Once again, we did have a double sink here, but I wanted the extra fridge space up this end, and so that's the way we've done it. Well, the washing will get done on the back deck with the salt water pump deck spray. You won't be doing too much washing in here, but you only need a single. We'll keep this arrangement up here roughly. Put some utensils, most of the plates and stuff will get stored down below. Shelf to get a shot over the shoulder here, and so I've got a drawer that I've built in under here. Comes right out, and that can fit a lot of gear. And the foot pump, freshwater foot pump sits here. And I've adjusted all these shelves the same again, all been fed, all been coved in. Once it's all painted, it'll look very nice and easy to clean. Everything white. And don't know what we're doing with the cabin tiles yet. Either boat carpet or vinyl or something. Something that we can take out and clean, I suppose. Okay, and next is we've gone on to the steps coming in and out. You'll notice that I have 3 steps. My 3 steps are spaced differently to a normal Wharram. A normal 28 will be 1, 2, 3. But those distances are less than a normal ladder step. And what that means for someone like myself is that I can't walk up the set of steps straight because my knees won't go under. So what I've done is I've spaced them out exactly evenly on base step, second, third and fourth to deck level. Every single one is at the exact same height, which all steps should be. And in this case it's a ladder, it's not a set of steps. So my knee needs to fit underneath each preceding step on the ladder, as any ladder is. This is about 300 millimeters from step to step, and your normal step ladder is about 280 to 70, so it's only about there. So there's not much difference between that and a standard set of steps, worldwide standard. I could have kept crab walking up it. That was my only other option before, was the crab walk. I could do that, but it's also still uneven, which means when you're walking down, if steps aren't even, you end up having a misstep. So I thought that would be good.